What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am finally watching the Hero Aka movies. I promise you guys this all the way back in my Season 3 reviews. That whenever I see this, and of course the same thing goes with Heroes Rising, whenever I see them, y'all are gonna... I almost knocked something over there for a second. Y'all know I mentioned it, that I promised y'all that whenever I see them, you guys, I would review both movies. And here we are. Now, there's two reasons why I'm doing this. You guys know that actually next week, when you guys see this, at the time of this, next week you guys see this uploaded, the season 5 OVAs drop. Now I'm not promising any reviews on them. If they get dubs, if they both get English dub from, like, I guess Crunchyroll now instead of Funimation and Subversion and everything, I will review the second episode of the OVA just because the baseball episode, I'll obviously watch both of them, but the baseball episode seems like, not really. The second one, it deals with Endeavor and Izuku when they're actually, like, during the Endeavor HTR, which I feel is a little bit more interesting. More Bakugo, more Endeavor, more Izuku. I feel there's a little bit more that's going to be done in that episode compared to the baseball episode, so that's why I'll be reviewing the second episode, if it gets dubbed. I will obviously watch both of them. Like I said, if they get dubbed, then you guys will get to review the second one if that does happen. So that was mostly the main reason why I decided to do. One of the reasons was because this would tie in directly with the season 5 movies, because I'll be reviewing. You guys will be seeing Heroes Mission, or not Heroes Mission, 2 Heroes tomorrow, because I'm recording this video on Friday. You guys will see this movie. You guys will see this review come out tomorrow on Saturday, and then that following Saturday, when you guys see my review for Heroes Rising. I'll be watching them both back to back. Most likely I'll probably be watching Heroes Rising tomorrow, but you guys will be getting that review this following Saturday, which will be the same week when the OVAs drop. So yeah, and another reason why I decided to review the movies right now, finally, outside I find out they were actually on Stars, dubbed, so that was a plus, is because I actually pre-ordered the Steelbook for World Heroes Mission. I saw Best Buy had a Steelbook for it, so I was like, shit! I love my Steelbooks, why not the hell get it? So yeah, you guys will be getting a review of that one in December, because the Blu-ray comes out in August, but when it comes out, I'm already going to be back in school by that point, so you guys will have to get that review in December. By that point, what you guys know will be when Season 6 will already start airing, so you guys will be getting that along with the Season 6 reviews. So yeah, that's why I finally decided to sit on my ass and watch and review the Hero Aka movies for you guys. Partially because of the Season 5 movie is tied in with that one. Get a little more Hero Aka content for you guys before we go deep on Season 6 when it drops in October. And also because I'll be going to be getting World Heroes Mission and also pre-order World Mission, so I'll be doing that for you guys. So yeah, might as well review these other two. Anyway, guys, with all that little disclaimer and all that little other shit out of the way. Overall, guys, I fucking love this movie, man. I was entertained from start to finish, and the art and animation. Woo! Now, I will say that I would probably say Mugen Train and Jujutsu Kaisen 0 probably had better art and animation overall, but when Bones goes off, when they go into God mode, bruh, it looks gorgeous. Bones, they don't miss, man. Bones does not miss, ladies and gentlemen. Which you guys would know that, of course, you guys watching my reviews, because you know I simp on Bones all the time because of the shows they've done, and of course they've also done FMA, so that's that. But yeah, Bones don't miss, man. They don't miss. Anyway, guys, without further ado, let's just jump right into the movie. Is directed by, and I apologize if I meant to pronounce the name, Kenji Nagasaki, and stars, and like I said, like usual, I'll be going over the dub cast because that's the version I watched. My man Justin Brino, the GOAT, Chris Sabat, Clifford Champion, and Erika Mendez, Keith Silverstein, Ray Chase, Lucy Christian, my man Clifford Champa, David Macrenga, if I'm saying his last name right, J. Michael Tatum, and many more. And the plot of 2 Heroes is Deku visits I Expo, the world leading hero item expedition, but a sinister plan is set in motion when the villains hack the security system. Now, first off, the cast is phenomenal, man. Justin Briner, Clifford Champion, all the returning cast members from the anime seasons are all fantastic as always, man. But yo, I gotta give him a quick shout out to Justin Briner. My man low-key goes off in this movie, man. Like, y'all, if y'all seen the movie, you'll probably know what scene I'm going to, because I'm not going to get into spoilers. Even though this movie's like 3 or 4 years old at this point. But anyway, just in case anyone that still hasn't seen the movies yet, I'm going to keep this video spoiler-free. Anyway, he was fantastic, but yo, like I said, the man Loki kind of goes off around the later half of the movie, man. I'm like, God damn, Justin, I see you, bro. I see you. But yeah, Chris Sabat is fantastic. Clifford Champion, as always, steals the show with Bakugo, man. Every time Bakugo's on screen, man, it's always a good time. You guys know me. I love Bakugo. He's like my second favorite or third. It's always a toss-up between him and Uraraka. Which one I like more between him and Uraraka, but I think I lean more towards Bakugo. He is fantastic, man. Every time he's on screen, he steals the show, man. I love Bakugo, man. Especially when, like, you know, when he gets introduced at the iExpo and they're doing like the that little, like, I don't know what the fuck that thing, a game show or whatever, like getting the high score or whatever, and you know, and then he's like, he's like, Deku, what are you doing? Screaming his head off, fucking like going like fucking like railing and leaning against like, you know, like you know, like trying to rock the guard in front of him, man, the railing. It's fucking hilarious, man. I love Bakugo, man. Uraraka, always a pleasure. Love her. You guys know, best girl. She's fantastic. Lucy does a fantastic job as always, man. Love her outfit, man. I love that dress. Kind of wish we got to see it more than just this one movie. But hey, Bakugo, I was gonna say, I gotta give some props to Bakugo, man. That man looks sharp in a suit. He looks really sharp in that suit, man. So shout out to Bakugo, man. He knows how to wear a suit. But yeah, the new characters that got introduced, Masilla, David, and Wolfram, I all thought were really good. David and Masilla I thought were also really cool, man. I doubt we're ever gonna see them again. If best, one might get a slight cameo in the next 2 movies. But I really liked them for what they were for this movie, and I thought Wolfram as a villain was pretty good. Although I will say, like a lot of original anime villains for anime films, the dude has next to no character. You know, he's just kind of there just to be the big bad for the hero to face. But hey, I thought his design was cool. I loved Keith's performance, and I thought he was an overall solid villain for this type of movie, man. I thought he was really good. Man. The art animation, which I already mentioned, Mineta is voiced by a woman? Yo, I just realized, look at the castles right now. I just found out that Mineta is voiced by a woman. That is really shocking. I thought he was voiced by a dude. I mean, I guess that makes sense with his size, but I thought he was voiced by a dude. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. You got to see my reaction to find out Mineta has been voiced by a woman this entire time. That is shocking. That is shocking. I did not know that. I thought, he's also voiced by a woman in the Japanese as well. That is really shocking. That is really shocking, man. But anyway, I thought the villain was good. The art animation, like I mentioned before, around at the beginning of the video, phenomenal, man. Great art animation for both, especially when they start going ham around the end of the movie in the major fights, man. Oh my God, it looks, oh my God, it's godly, bro. Man, they bones. Like I said, they don't miss, man. They don't miss. All I will say is, the animation overall style, we did feel like it was more of like a souped up episode, like a souped up, like a higher budget of one of the episodes from the main actual anime. But the animation when Bones goes out, man, it looks incredible, man. Although, given from what I've seen from Heroes Ride Around, it looks like they really jacked up the budget for that one, man. From the little bits of Heroes Ride Scene, it looks like that one they really jacked up the budget. But this movie looked phenomenal in its own right, man. It looks amazing. Love that. I loved All Might's outfits in this movie because we obviously got to see his young outfit back when he was in America, when him and David first met. Love that outfit, man. I wish we got more screen time of that in the actual anime. I do wonder if the reason why Horikoshi never did much in terms of on All Might's backstory and kind of what he was doing, besides the couple things we did get to know from season 3 with All for One, was because everything he wanted to do, he managed to get into this movie. Because you guys know the movies aren't considered canon, so I wouldn't be surprised if this movie's the reason why Horikoshi never really went too much into All Might's backstory, because he got all of it out of the way in this one movie. But I really I love that hero costume. I love the other hero costume we got to see, because there was also one for the Bronze Age that we only got to see for a split second, but it looked really cool. It's kind of like black and red. I really liked it. It was also kind of interesting to know. I don't know if this has been this is technically a retcon or something, or if this was mentioned in the manga. But here we know that we found out that David has been the one that's basically designed all of All Might's outfits from when he started as a hero to, of course, his last one we saw before, of course, he retired because of All for One, all that shit that you guys saw in season 3. I thought that was pretty cool that he was actually behind all that, and I thought that was really cool, man. Love that Gauntlet Izuku got as well, man. I thought that design looked really fucking sick, man. The movie is also surprisingly gory. But not necessarily gory, but very bloody. Like, there is a lot of blood in this movie. I was like, God damn, there's actually, there's way more than you would typically expect from Hiroaka. Like, you don't see, dismembered limbs or nothing, but you see a lot of puddles of blood. And I was kind of surprised at that, man. Like, there's a low-key some kind of more graphic scenes that you probably would typically expect from Hiroaka, but it looked really good, man. And hey, you guys know me, I love my blood, so that's a plus for me, man. The soundtrack I also thought was really well done. I mean, a majority of it sounded like it was just ripped from the main anime, but the handful of original tracks that were made for the movie, those were really good, man. So shout out to Hiroaka Composed, man. They're fantastic. Love them. Loved Izuku. They did my boy justice in this movie. Y'all know me. Izuku, he's my favorite character. He is my favorite character in Hiroaka. They did my boy good here, man. Like, yo, my man gets some time to shine. Especially with Melissa, when, yo, that third act, when my man goes off, bro. You love to see it, man. I always love it when I get to see Izuku go off, low-key. It's always fun to watch, man. That's always a joy to watch, man. But, yeah, they did, like I said, they did my boy Izuku good in this one, man. They did him good. But, yeah, man. I think in terms of, negatives I would have, obviously outside of what I mentioned, before with Wolfram having basically no character. But I think the one thing I kind of had a little issue with is the movie starts up with a recap that basically recapped everything that happened up to the Hiroaka anime, up to where this movie takes place chronologically, which I remember correctly. This movie takes place between season 2 and season 3, because in season 3 there was a filler episode that bridged the gap right this movie. Which, first off, I was also kind of surprised, given that filler episode in season 3. That basically bridges the gap from the Hiroaka anime into Two Heroes. There's not much of that in the actual movie, which I was kind of surprised because I thought there would have been at least maybe a little bit of some recap on that, or reusing footage from that episode, and kind of so that bridges the gap and kind of connects the anime into the movie seamlessly. But they really don't. It just kind of starts off when the movie starts. It doesn't really even acknowledge that episode at all. Which I thought was kind of weird, given how that was its own filler episode in the anime. That was meant to connect as connective tissue between the main anime and, of course, Two Heroes, and where it takes place chronologically in the timeline. So that was kind of surprising. But they started with a recap with the series up to that point, which went up to up to the Stain arc or whatever, or wherever the end. Or no, it was the finals. It was the last arc of season 2 before season 3 started up, and which I thought was kind of pointless because the only people that would be watching this movie are fans of the anime or the manga series, so there's the stuff they would already know. So I felt that was kind of a little unnecessary from Bones to put a little recap at the start of the movie, but it doesn't. But it's whatever. But yeah, man. Besides that, man, this movie was fucking phenomenal, man. I had so much time watching this. This was a very entertaining film, and yeah, I was just entertained from start to finish, man. I love this movie, and I'm definitely hyped to see the next two movies and see what Bones has in store for those. So, my final verdict for My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, is a 10! Out of fucking 10, ladies and gentlemen. As always, leave your thoughts on the comments. You guys thought of the movie. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Yeah, how would you rank the Hiroaka ones if you've seen all 3 of them? Leave that all down below, guys. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like it, if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You're filling in the links in the description box below. And as always, come back for more.